Yo, I think we're back. Just tell us, guys, whether the video settings are any better now, whether or not you get any better resolution. If you don't, you don't, and we'll probably just have to either wing it, and it'll be extremely scuffed, and you'll just have to deal with our shit humour, and that'll be the ins and outs of it, or it works, and hopefully it does, because if it doesn't, I'm sure it'll be fine. Basically, part of the issues that we're having is that we just moved house. We're back. Not been able to set up stuff yet. Tell us, guys, whether the video settings are any better now, whether or not you get any better resolution. So if you don't, you don't, and we'll probably just have to looking at the screen now. It doesn't. It'll be extremely scuffed, and you'll just have to deal with our shit humour, and that'll be the. Wait and see if a couple more people come in.
I do like this, like a fluffy breath.
Yeah, I like how you get that in Kothas, but you don't get it in, say, Uldar. And I liked how, I think it was in Uldar, when we went into Thanalan and like, the sands actually did sand.
Yeah.
Sand prints.
Footprints, yeah.
Whereabouts are you, anyway?
I honestly couldn't tell you. I'm north of...
Hang on, I'll invite you to a party, yeah.
Which something front? White Broom front?
What the fuck are you doing up there?
My mission's here.
What mission?
Level 39 Yeve Little Face. Speak with Alboys?
What?
What's your mission?
My mission is speak with Francel.
Oh, I think I must have done that.
Wow.
Sorry.
Betrayal of the highest order. You've been completing main story quest content without
I haven't done much. I do apologise.
without my permission.
Wow.
My exclusive permission. Disgraceful. Well, I may as well do that little bit and get to where you are, and we'll see. I'm sure they'll tell you if it's as scuffed as it was before.
I'm just going to make some disclaimers since people are watching my screen now. I've got no fucking idea what I'm doing. I am historically awful at these games. This is the first MMO I've ever played, really.
Well, yeah.
Very, very briefly played a tiny bit of WoW, but no more than like 2 or 3 hours worth.
Yeah, you basically did Death Knell on WoW, in WoW Classic.
Yeah. And we did the what's the human one? The Yorkshire one.
Northshire Abbey.
Yeah.
Yorkshire.
Oh, we're just going to slag off Yorkshire this evening. Is that the crack?
Well, no. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Yorkshire. I'm just absolutely fucking terrified that someone's going to turn around and tell us that the resolution on your computers, well, it's not even the resolution, the frame rate on your computer is just as shit as it was on mine. In which case, I don't know what the fuck we're going to do.
Well, to be honest, I would say my computer is currently looking like a big...
Your computer looks like
life support
like a squid. It's got that many tentacles coming out of it.
That much coming
Did you say it looks like a life support system?
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Fucking hell.
Look at that fella's name.
Dixon Cider.
No, Dixon Cider.
Ah. Oh shit, if John said it's pretty bad, then it's pretty bad.
Well, that's alright. Hopefully people won't be around to see me embarrass myself completely.
Well, yeah, you can't look bad if you've got 2 FPS, to be fair.
Exactly. Oh no, I'm running into a wall. No, that's just the FPS. No.
To be fair, if the FPS is going to be really bad, I'm all for streaming for like an hour, having some more of these drinks and discussing what we thought about the experience of the game so far. Because obviously, like, you're in all of the videos I've done on Final Fantasy so far, right? I think you're in every single one. And we started together.
Yeah.
JD obviously whizzed ahead and was at like level 55 by the time we started playing, but we've leveled through the MSQ together, so I think we've got like very similar levels of experience in this game. And whilst you were saying that you've never played an MMO before, I've never played a Final Fantasy game before this. Like, not a single one, not even 7 or the remake.
Uh-huh.
And I get that each Final Fantasy game is like a bit different from the last, but I've never played this kind of MMO before. Like, in many ways, I think it's quite different to WoW. So if we're gonna have shit FPS, we can kind of just like totter on with crap FPS and just discuss how we found it so far.
Yeah. Consider it like a slideshow of everything we've done.
That's
so far.
tragic as fuck, by the way. Consider it
PowerPoint presentation.
Consider it like a slideshow. Fucking hell.
like one of those really fucking boring holiday compilation albums that people come home from Benidorm with.
Jesus Christ. This is like those, those Facebook friend anniversary things.
Oh gosh.
That's what this video is now. Let me just see if I'm at the same bit as you.
Whereabouts are you?
Deliver the letter to Brunadier. Is that it?
No.
How much further up? No.
I'm doing...
Yeah, no, that'd take me to White Broom Front.
Yeah, I just need to speak with Albois or Albois, I don't know. Everybody seems to be a little bit Frenchy here. This is kind of like a little Frenchy...
Whoa, be careful what you say next.
No, like the language is all French.
No racism in the video.
I like France. You don't like a baguette.
What the fuck does that mean?
Like
I don't know what the fuck you're suggesting with that comment.
I'll take from that what you will, yeah.
I really like it. So what I'm struggling to get is, in the Final Fantasy world, is every race like part of every nation, if that makes sense. Because like in WoW, you've got like the orcs are like part of like Durotar, the trolls are like part of the Echo Isles and stuff like that, and the humans are part of the different human kingdoms. Whereas in this game, it feels like everything is quite like a multi-racial nation. Like, so is Korthas just a Elezen place? Is Ishgard just like a purely Elezen place? I know you won't know the answer to this, but I'm just wondering, right? Because even like Mother Miyun was like an Elezen, right? And she was...
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
And she had like a French name, like Mother Miyun.
Yumi,
Sounds
yeah.
pretty...
It's Frenchy, yeah.
Fucking hell, it's like watching someone play WoW in 2003.
It's alright because I'm just really embarrassingly not being able to find the fella I'm meant to be talking to. I'm not going to talk to him without you, don't worry. I'm just finding him.
You better not.
I can't fucking find him anyway. I'll be here for half an hour, you know what I'm like.
Yeah.
He's not in there. He's not in there. Well, this person looks really fucking cool.
God.
Playing. Look at the mushroom. Look at the mushroom.
What?
Look at the mushroom.
Sorry, I'm watching the YouTube thing and it's 30 seconds behind. Let's have a look.
Oh, it's gone, it's gone. Oh, there was a mushroom. Hang on, it'll come up on the screen in a second.
Yeah, for like 2 frames.
You'll see him as a little red
This is bad. Let's have a look. Oh, what? That thing?
Yeah, look at him.
Fucking hell. This game's got some crazy shit. Like, one day I was just going around this fantasy forest and then the next thing I knew, some guy went past in like the Batmobile. Anyway, I'm nearly at this place. Oh, it's like a giant tower. By far and away, though, like, this Korthas place is my favourite place in the game so far.
It's very cool.
It reminds me a lot of, like, Drang Lake. Or, like, Irithyll from Dark Souls 3 and Dark Souls 2. Hand over these letters. I was going to say, if we... the FPS isn't going to get much better, so I might suggest us just like parking up somewhere and just anyway like discussing the game and what we've seen so far and like what we're wanting to see going forward, and then like once we've exhausted our rum supplies. In fact, this is probably the best place for it because your character's literally right here.
She's just chilling, is she? Oh, there he is.
It's like roleplay. Oh, have you got your Gooboo Sproutling?
Gaboo fella.
Yeah. I'll take my guy next to yours. Right. What were your expectations coming into Final Fantasy anyway? That's a good place to start.
I expected it to be a lot more anime-like, to be honest. Because obviously you've been... I mean, you've always played WoW the whole time I've known you.
I've played WoW since I was fucking 12.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing. That's the reality.
And you've obviously told me a lot about it. I've seen a lot about it. I've watched you do the channel a lot and know about it from that. And when you were like, oh, everybody's playing this Japanese game, I'm like, oh, fucking great. Attack on Titan, here we'll go.
I expected it to be a bit more like it because previously, like in the past, when I've wanted to play Final Fantasy, I've been put off by the fact that you'll be like riding around on your horse or whatever, or your unicorn in your case, and some guy will go past in like an airship or like a car. And I found that really jarring, that the idea that there's cars and shit alongside like mounts and stuff. But then you play WoW and like in WoW there are dudes that are going past riding robotic chickens.
Yeah. Okay.
So like WoW is this is the thing. Like WoW is every bit as like anime and all of that shit as any other fucking game is.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you expected it to be anime.
Yeah.
You've gotten on that fucking unicorn, haven't you?
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I'm sat in it. Just for the aesthetic,
So you expected it to be really bad, really anime, and did that mean really bad in your mind?
Yeah, I mean, I've got no beef with anime, but it's not my thing.
Yeah, it's not the aesthetic
I
of
get
choice.
it, it's some people's thing, but it's not my thing.
Yeah. And were you surprised? Were you surprised by it not being like that?
Yeah, I was. And it's funny because if you wanted to play it like an anime supreme, you could.
Yeah.
If you were really invested in like I associate like really big spiky hairstyles, and ridiculous coloured hair, and various kind of like anime tropes, you could totally do that. But my character's reasonably kind of, I don't want to say normal looking because she's got like pointy ears and wears clothes.
Well, she's an elf, but like...
Yeah, but I could have gone human and I could have looked very normal if I'd wanted to.
Yeah, you don't have to go like super anime.
Yeah.
What about the way that the game actually works, in that it's all about... How would you put it? It's all about like story, isn't it?
Yeah, very much, very much.
What would you say about that?
Do you know what? I'm really, really guilty of just whizzing through the cutscenes wanting to get to the next bit.
You are. You're so bad for that.
I know. I've caused chaos. But no, I'm invested. I was very, very upset when the little cabbage woman died.
Oh, well, like, spoilers, but...
It's spoilers for the first hour of the game.
I don't know about that. I think it's not the first hour. Like, first 20th hour. You're on about the bit when the Cape Westwind gets invaded by the Garleans, and when Julia Sass...
Yeah.
Junius, or whatever she's called, like, absolutely roundhouse kicks, like Patrick Swayze style. That little cabbage patch...
That poor little Brussels sprout.
That little cabbage patch fairy gets absolutely fucking booted in the dome.
Yeah.
Power drived into the wall, and he's just out of the game. It's supposed to be like this really emotional moment, and you want to feel bad, but at the same time...
Oh no, it was horrible. It was terrible.
You want to feel bad, but at the same time, it's just fucking hilarious. This little Brussels sprout gets absolutely banged out.
Totally, yeah.
But yeah, no, I feel the same way. Like, I think that, to be fair, you can tell, especially when people talk about things like Shadowbringers and Heavensward, people talk about those expansions in such glowing terms. You can absolutely tell that A Realm Reborn isn't on the same level. But at the same time, I've got a lot of time for it, because it's like with World of Warcraft. The amount of effort that would be required to turn World of Warcraft around now is so amazing that even if the next expansion was like shit compared to the ones that would follow, it would still be like cherished because of the repairing that was done.
For the first time in a long time, it would be a step up.
Exactly, instead of a step backward. And I feel like that's basically what A Realm Reborn represents. They had to not only start from the scratch, they had to start from like minus scratch.
Yeah.
It does look like someone glued a horn on a horse. It looks like someone glued
I like him. He's got a quiff. He's got like proper like 80s quiff.
It looks like somebody glued like a fucking Victorian banister or like a giant Victorian staff onto a poor horse's face.
It's like, you know, those pictures of the London Bridge terrorist thing. And there's a
fellow. Whoa! What the fuck?
No, there's a fellow with a narwhal horn. It was like he'd rocked up with a fucking narwhal horn.
Fucking
national treasure.
I think of all of the twists and turns and possible avenues you could have gone down with that comment, you picked the one safe exit. Yeah. Fuck me, I was terrified of that. Anyway, back to the topic at hand.
I've been warned on no offensive content.
Imagine what it was like when I had fucking John Swanby on the other end of the fucking microphone.
Who's the bigger liability?
Depends how many cans of Strongbow he's had in him. But anyway, Realm Reborn, I definitely accept the fact that it's damage control. It's a great example of like a damage control piece.
Yeah.
And I don't think you'd experience this outside of like MMOs. Guaranteed you might get it in like other live service games. Like if you've ever seen games like Fallout 76, for example, or the best example is like No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky comes out, it's fucking garbo.
It's pan.
It's shite.
No
Man's
shite.
shite.
When it first came out.
No man's playing because the game's crap.
Because you got like half an hour into the game and you were faced with a situation that was just too difficult. There was no way out of it.
Did you play it?
Yeah, I played it.
Well, what was the crack then? Because
The issue I had with it, and again, I wasn't particular. I was like 16 or something when it came out, and I've always been universally awful at video games. But the problem I had...
I hope you've got that right, because I'm going to look like an absolute fucking weirdo.
Total nonce.
Yeah, carry on. If it came out when you were like 19 and you've just said it came out when you're 16, it's going to look very bad. But carry on.
I can't remember what year it was, whatever again.
Yeah.
And basically, you start on your first planet.
Yeah.
And you've got it's made so that the resources you need are on that planet.
Right, the resources to get off the planet.
The resources to fix your spacecraft and
Yeah.
get off the planet.
Okay.
The next nearest planet doesn't have that bit's randomly generated.
Yeah.
And so you get to a point where you might have landed on this planet and you've got no fuel left in your tank. You can't carry that much stuff because you've just started the game and your storage facilities aren't great. You've got no, I think it's plutonium or something that you use to power your spacecraft. So you've got no fuel in your spacecraft and there's nothing on the planet that is fuel for your spacecraft.
Right.
And you log off and don't play it again.
Well, I think the point is that game sold itself as being this massive space exploration thing, right?
Yeah.
And it didn't deliver. But from all different accounts that I've gotten, it's actually now pretty good.
Yeah, I've not played it recently.
And
I really can't say, but
But I think that like the general consensus is that the game got quite good, and I think that that's because the guy that was running it like stuck with it.
Yeah, because I mean, I've got it in my head that No Man's Sky was a reasonably like indie, not indie, but like a smaller, lesser.
I think it was a new company.
Yeah.
It was like, I don't know if the main guy. I know the main guy like was like very charismatic and hyped it all up, right? But I'm pretty sure that like he was a new man, but he stuck with his vision even whilst he was getting all of this hate. And the result is that yes, years later, and after loads of people sank money into a project that was shit and spent money on a product that was crap, it was turned around. It was actually quite good. And I feel like that's basically what Yoshi P did with World of Warcraft. Fucking hell, not World of Warcraft. Final Fantasy. Wishful thinking. I don't think anyone can turn WoW around at this point. But, yeah. Hello to you too, Sanic the Blur. Do you know what? It feels weird when your audience, like, you want to say hello to people, but you read their names and you think, like, this name is odd. Like, is
It's like a Sonic.
I think it is a Sanic reference that his name is, yeah.
See.
Right, but I hope you guys that are in this are doing well. For anyone who's just joined now, what we're doing is that essentially, and you'll find this very true to form, for some reason, our computers can run Final Fantasy with ease. Our computers can record Final Fantasy with ease. But when we try to go from recording Final Fantasy to streaming Final Fantasy, we get the FPS of a potato that's been chopped in half.
Yeah.
So essentially what we're doing is, we're using this opportunity as a time to, like, reflect.
Yeah.
It's a time for, like, meditation.
Let's call it that, yeah.
Yeah, we're having a chat. We've got a drink. We've got a little bit of rum left.
Yeah, you're about ready for another
And
one.
we're just going to talk about what we're thinking about the game so far. Because, like, most of my videos, let's be honest, well, the FPS doesn't seem as bad now, but
It pops on and off.
let's not tempt fate.
And I'm not moving anyway, you've got to remember, as soon as I start moving it'll...
As soon as that unicorn starts prancing, we're fucked.
It's a cool unicorn. You don't
Yeah.
appreciate my unicorn.
To be fair, Josie
I
Leaf,
mean, look at the fucking muscles on that thing. It's
All
a
right.
racehorse.
you love the unicorn too much. Josie Leaf, the intention is that we're going to get a good quality PC soon. Like I said, I've just moved house, so I've not been able to make that investment yet. But I've got myself a gaming room for the first time, haven't I?
Wow.
I'm loving it. I like how you say we have. It's
Yeah,
not you,
yeah, there's no
we've
we
got
about
on.
this. You've got your control chair. He feels like he's...
Hey, look at our man Sadie. Thanks, dude.
Oh, bless you,
Honestly,
thank you.
I try to put a lot of quality, as much as you might laugh at this, I like to put a lot of quality into my normal videos. So the fact that this stream is doing shit, and yet you're still going to give me a super chat means a lot. That's very kind of you, man. Thank you very much. But anyway, let's go back to what we were saying. So we talked about how No Man's Sky, they turned it around. You keep banging that table with your knee, and that microphone is wobbling.
It's not an ongoing earth
It's
thing,
going
I
to
just-
slip out of the holster like a shite out of a man's arse. Right? Right? Yeah, so we're going to get a dedicated gaming room going on, and we're going to get a dedicated PC, because I want to do the streams. Like, the videos are good, but I always like the interaction between player and audience,
Yeah.
and I think that would be quite good.
Yeah.
But right, let's get through the topic of... Let's get to the topic of No Man's Sky. Sorry, I just want to position myself so I'm like fucking
Bit less
front-
embarrassing.
front and centre. No. Keep your screen where it is. It's fine.
You sure? Hang on. Let's come up with some sort of like come on this side of me.
What, this
In front
side?
of the unicorn, yeah.
Like where I am now.
Yeah.
Should I slash
forward,
kneel?
yeah.
I'll slash kneel. It's like
Yeah, do it.
a king only kneels to his queen. That's what all
Let
the
me
cool.
zoom out, right
That's
here.
what all the cool dudes do, right? Hang on a minute. How do I kneel for my lady?
Do you know, slash kneel.
There we go. Oh yes.
Oh, there he goes.
Oh yes, sir.
As you should.
As you should. Fucking hell. Play some fucking baby rakes or whatever the fuck it's called. Right. Anyway. Right. So, Realm Reborn. I was saying that I can absolutely tell that it's a damage control attempt because basically, and we can look this up in a minute. When they released Final Fantasy XIV in 2010, essentially what they did was they released like a game that was made on an engine that absolutely could not handle what he was trying to do, and it was jank as fuck, and it was panned.
So when you say it was crap, do you mean it was crap that ran badly? Like it couldn't support people on servers, or was it just a bad game?
I don't know if we've got anyone in the chat that actually...
Or was the content just bad?
I think that it was a combination of all sorts of shit. I think that it had really bad controls. I think it had a shit ton of bugs. And I think that there was certain other things as well, like certain classes just were really, really difficult to level or something like that.
Right.
I don't claim to know a lot about it. I'm just accepting the fact that it was universally bad. I remember at the time, because at the time that it came out, we were in like Cataclysm, which whilst a lot of people would argue it was like the turning point in WoW, when WoW started to get shite, it was also like the point where WoW had its like maximum number of subscribers. So we were at like the high point in World of Warcraft when this released, and I remember like the reviews that came in for it, and people were talking about Final Fantasy XIV, and they were saying like, this just isn't it. This just ain't good. It's fucking whack. It's shit. There's little gnome people and all of that stuff.
Oh.
The gnome people are still here, unfortunately.
No,
But-
I like the gnome people.
No, you don't. Every time I threaten to change my character to a Lalafell, you have like a fit.
Yeah, because that's just not how this works. Like, we're supposed to get married and have a house together in the game. I can't marry a Lalafell.
Yeah, you can.
No, I can't. No, without looking like...
You can marry a Lalafell. My character will be a 900-year-old Lalafell. Okay? Doesn't matter that he looks like a 5-year-old.
They're pudgy.
So what? Do you know, I can afford to be pudgy because of how
They're like-
wealthy my
they're
character
like,
is.
you know those, what they're called, space hoppers?
They do look like a space hopper. Have you seen the Lalafell waddle? Is a terrifying sight. And I feel like personally offended by it. But yeah, so like the game was in a shit state when it released, and I remember the reviews saying the same thing. It was partly why I wasn't interested in even trying it. I was like, Final Fantasy, that looks garbage. And to be honest with you, I didn't really hear much about Final Fantasy XIV from then until about like 2014, 2015. And I started getting like, I was on like the MMO Reddit, which by the way is a place of fucking mind-numbing depression if you ever go on that subreddit. It's just everyone like, I've been playing MMOs since 1999 and I don't want to, and there's no MMOs out right now that I want to play. I miss the days of EverQuest and Star Wars Galaxies, but when I play on EverQuest private servers, I feel dead inside. And I think that it's, you know, pretty grim, like. But I started seeing it on that subreddit. People were saying, have you thought about playing Final Fantasy XIV? Where people would be looking for a game. They'd say like Elder Scrolls Online, Guild Wars 2, WoW, and then they started saying Final Fantasy XIV. So I thought, alright, this is interesting. And then recently, like before the whole Asmongold thing, because he was like the first big WoW player that went. We're talking about a guy that has many tens of thousands of viewers.
Yeah.
And made it quite easy to massively kind of open the door to WoW players looking at it and saying this isn't just a weeb game or whatever, right? But what they managed to do in turning it around from like the shit state that the game was in 2010, sorry, I think it's phenomenal. But at the same time, I think that Final Fantasy XIV could definitely do with them like thinking about maybe going back and adding a bit to the new player experience, because whilst the story style of Final Fantasy XIV is fantastic, the MSQ style, because you actually feel like you're playing a role-playing game and you're going along on a story, some of the ways in which the gameplay actually works, you can tell that they were trying to fill out a full game's worth of story with limited time and budget. How many times have we basically played fucking Postman Pat in this game?
Go talk to this person, go talk to that person.
Yeah.
About the first person.
Hand this letter to fucking Sir Gerald of Arstain and collect his chocobo chips and take them to Johnny Nonce, the Lalafell shagger, and you know what I mean, like.
Hang on a minute, Bellula are 2 people, or is Bellula 1 person? I'm looking at this comment.
Bellula is.
Is it 2 people?
I'll explain. God, we're gonna. I feel like I'm. This stream has suddenly morphed into me like explaining big brain knowledge getting delivered. Bellula is the YouTube channel that was started by, I think his name's Michael Bell, who's the guy, you know, he's the Irish dude with the glasses. And
Yeah.
I was gonna say he's like the bald WoW YouTuber, but like there's like fucking 50 of them. But anyway.
I'm glad he stopped playing it, to be fair, if it makes you go bald.
Yeah, well, well, anyway, like Bell is like him, you know, he's Bellula, right?
Yeah.
I think relatively recently, kind of like Preach and many others, he was able to bring on more people onto his team. So now he's got his mate Matt, who's the other Irish dude with the glasses.
The darker one.
The one that the fucking hell,
With the darker hair.
The one with the darker hair. He was, yeah.
Careful what you say.
Exactly, yeah. But now, like Josie's saying, it's like a whole team now. So,
Right.
And fuck me, Bellula, he's always been known for like being the first to put a video out. Like he'll put a video out within like 5 minutes of the news being leaked. It's
I mean, to
great.
be fair, I remember like we were driving home from a trip we'd been on.
Yeah.
And it was 1 o'clock in the morning or something like that. It was going to take a little while to get home. I was scrolling through YouTube while you drove, and this fella had been putting out videos all day as news came out.
We did like an overnight trip, and within that overnight period, he'd put out like a fucking.
It was like 8 videos or something ridiculous, wasn't it?
And part of that is like what Jossie's saying, like it's the podcast that they do, because they've got like that. They do a weekly podcast and then they put the clips on the Bellula Clips channel. We watch all of this stuff, Jossie, so we're like, we do know, like, I know we're talking about it, but we do watch this shit, so we're aware of it. But I know that they talked about it a lot at first, but at the same time, Bell didn't really play it that much. Like, I think he only got out of A Realm Reborn, like, I want to say like a month ago. Whereas Asmum had already completed like most of the MSQ by then, or something like that. But the point is that it took some time. Yeah, fill me up. That sounds really weird. Don't read into that chat. Don't read into it. But yeah.
Well, that was a nice noise, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was a proper hang on tune.
Pour me some rum, lass. Fucking hell.
What? Is that a lot?
Rationing. Some COVID rationing of the rum there.
There's not much rum left. This will be my last one.
Why don't you just load it up to the max and make it a big one?
Because I'm making sure it's fair.
These people are just going to hear like indescript.
Yeah, probably not like weeing on the floor. That's not big.
Don't suggest it. Now they're going to think that's what's happening.
Trickle noises.
Someone somewhere is now going to the toilet because of those noises that you made.
Hey, this is like what's it called? ASMR.
Oh, don't say that. Here we are, chat, listening to some Final Fantasy ASMR.
They're gonna like lick the microphone and shit.
Lick the microphones?
That's what it is. I think it's like
Shit.
tap on it and lick it and stuff.
Yeah, anyone who does want to come out, we are and hang out. We are in White Brim front by the bonfire, and we're literally just standing here because we've got no FPS to do anything else. So anybody that does want to just like congregate, feel free to congregate. We're on Twintania.
Yeah, I mean,
I think it's well, you can see it on the screen actually.
Request or anything. You can do that, can't you?
Send friend requests. Yeah, if you want to send a friend. Fucking hell, the desperation in your voice. So anyway, what we've established after like 40 minutes of meandering chat is that Final Fantasy XIV so far in A Realm Reborn is good, but there's the downside of it's obvious that they had a limited budget when they did A Realm Reborn, so there's a lot of fetch quests, there's a lot of talk to this person, talk to that person quests. Some of those, though, are interspersed with some really good things. And one thing that I really appreciated, which I haven't really experienced much in WoW because of how disjointed WoW's stories are, is how you get dungeons and the like the trials for like Ifrit and Titan are the ones we've done so far, how they come about during the course of the MSQ. So you actually have to do group content and learn how to do dungeons and shit whilst doing the main story, which I think is really good.
Was it Titan that I was absolutely lethally awful at, and it took like 15 attempts to max echo?
I don't want
to.
to.
Maybe and shit.
I don't want to say that you were lethally awful.
I was awful. I was terrible. It was fun.
Guys, Louisa may or may not have gotten fucking yeeted off the Titan platform
like 18 times. It was horrific.
many times. multiple times, but hey, you know, you'd not played any MMO before. Your experience of fighting bosses before this was
Crash Bandicoot.
Well, that and killing Father Gascoigne by shooting him with the gun.
No. I killed Father Gascoigne because the game glitched. He got stuck under the staircase. And then he died and the gates just opened. And I was like, well,
so like,
right.
you know, if your experience of bosses is, quote, Crash Bandicoot, and by your own admission, glitching out fucking Father Gascoigne in Bloodborne so that he died, then I think you could be forgiven for dying on Titan. Maybe. But anyway, like, what I was getting at was, in WoW, each zone tends to have its own storyline, and some of these zones are, like, connected, but not always. And the issue with that is that usually you'll go to wherever the next high-level area is to maximise your quest XP, whereas in Final Fantasy XIV, you just go through the MSQ. That's how you level your main character, yeah? And the fact that the dungeons are incorporated into that levelling system means that you get a nice combination of solo and group content, so a new player learns to interact with other players, which is what I really disliked about the way WoW became. You could easily level to max level in WoW and do all of the max level content in WoW without ever fucking interacting with anyone. Lace, the drop frames is because our laptops have the combined RAM and IQ of a fucking potato.
I think a Nokia 3310, but less battery.
That's it. Like, what you've got is a fucking TI-82 calculator from the 1970s hooked up to a monitor and a Blue Yeti microphone. So...
I think Bloodborne's coming to PC, apparently.
Yeah, wiggle your mic now and again so we don't get kicked.
Yeah, I've just done it, don't I?
Do a bit of wiggling here and there.
You can see I've done it. I'm back to Sprite.
I think Josie Newgate is probably Josie Leaf, by the way.
Oh, is that you?
Dude, your character looks sick as fuck.
Oh, no, that's cool.
Dude, you actually look sick as fuck. I assume he's a Dark Knight. Oh, what does he look like to you? You tell me how you describe him. Like, rate his glamour and discuss, and then I'll tell you what I think about him.
That's really cool. I'm getting like mythology vibes, like the wings on the helmet.
Yeah.
But it's more Roman in theme.
Yeah.
But the Greek mythology kind of vibe.
It's like if you had like
I love it.
a Viking that was serving the Roman Empire.
I'm gonna send a friend request.
It reminds me of Elden Ring. If you know, like on the Elden Ring trailer, there's like there's like somebody who has a very similar helmet to that. No, dude, you look cool. You look like what I would expect, like if you ever fucking play Warhammer, you look like a Blood Angel paladin type dude from like but you are like the sort of fantasy version of like a Blood Angel from Warhammer.
Oh, you've accepted my friend request. Thank you.
Dude, don't be so like
I'm
friend
excited.
begging. Like,
I'll be a big friend. That's okay.
You got to learn how this works. Like, establish some dominance.
Oh, I'm sat on a unicorn. That's dominance.
The unicorn with a pole glued to its fucking dome.
Oh no.
No, dude, your set is fucking sick, man. I really like that. If Bloodborne does come to PC, that'd be fucking great. But at the same time, there's no way we're going to get a PlayStation 3 if Bloodborne comes to PC. Because that was the only reason why I wanted to get one.
Yeah.
Like, I felt physically sad.
I feel like we got my parents got a PlayStation 4 because of the VR. But if we're not asked about that, there's PC VR, isn't there?
Yeah, like, what were you doing on VR?
Oh, my sister likes it.
Were you doing like the fruit chop thing, or was that Wii?
No, it's on both.
Alright. It's Fruit Samurai, whatever the fuck it's called. Fruit Ninja.
There's some really good VR games I really like. I Expect You to Die and keep talking and no one explodes.
Yeah,
That's
although
game.
to be fair, that's good. Like, I can imagine it's even better on VR, but that's equally good outside of VR. But anyway, oh, by the way, I just realised that Alphinode's in the background here. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I know we were only like level 40, but Alphino, I don't like Alphino. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. I don't fucking like Alphino. I think that he dresses weird. He's got like a keytar attached to his leg. He always turns up at awkward moments. He's smug as fuck. I'm out there literally punching rock gods like Titan. I'm punching Titan to death with my bare fucking hands. And this little pointy-eared fuck with his thigh highs and his keytar giving me shit. Need to give him a fucking 5-knuckle sandwich, mate. This little fucking elf bastard.
The little knuckle dusters.
Give him one of those. No, I'm not a fan of Alpha, no. Not a fan. Who's your favourite character in the game so far?
Oh, but you think you're going to make fun of me, but you know I've got a soft spot for Mother Mayuni.
Oh, it's only because you can relate. Like, you want to look after people. You want to be like Mother Mayuni. But Mother Mayuni isn't even a character. She's like the starting quest.
That's fair. She's kind of like, she's just like a...
She's
like
just
the lamppost in Narnia. She's where you go when you need to know where you are.
She's like a lamppost in Narnia.
You know the lamppost in Narnia that's how they get back into the wardrobe?
I didn't know that, no.
It's like it's like one of those Victorian lampposts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just didn't know it was that. I thought it was where the little kids went, and then that little goat man turns up and tries to molest the children. Is that not right?
The goat man doesn't molest any children. I think he betrays them at one point.
Look at that bottom comment. Read that out. Read it out.
Dropping in before dinner, only to pay respects to the main character of your videos, the girlfriend. Thank you. Finally. No, this is the respect I deserve.
Right.
I get none of this from you.
Do you know what I feel like? You could have the best violinist in your orchestra, but if the composer is not like the main fucking man, then there's something not right.
Yeah, but you can have an average composer.
Whoa!
A really good violinist.
What are you suggesting?
I've heard Twinkle Twinkle Little Star sound incredible.
Are you suggesting that I am an average composer? We need to have words later on. So, Mother Mayune, are you really going with Mother Mayune as your favourite fucking character?
I mean, I'm so bad at the names of these characters. I like the little cabbage men. They're all fun.
The little cabbage men?
Yeah, they call you the walking.
The sylphs?
That's really cute.
Oh my god.
The walking one is our friend. That's really cute.
I'm asking you, we've probably put about 50 hours into this game so far, and that's not a lot, but it's still a lot. And you're saying that your favourite character is a toss-up between the fucking level 1 quest giver and the flying, twisted head Brussels sprout that gets sparked out by a woman with a uterus for a helmet. Yeah.
I mean, not necessarily that one. Not necessarily is it Neuraxia that gets...
Well, to be fair, she gone.
Yeah, she's
gone.
Yeah.
Frixio was the other one. Frixio was the one that was in, like, was it Hauke Manor?
Yes, I think so.
The old... it was... wasn't Thingy Manor, it was one of the other ones that the little Brussels sprout elder was in. I don't think it was Hauke Manor.
Is it?
I don't think it was fucking long-eared bloke blocks his flop stop or whatever that one's called. But yeah, no, like, my favourite one, okay, I like Rauban. I think he is an absolute fucking Chad. You know who he is, yeah? He's like the champion in Uldar. No,
the one that picks up the Lalafell lady.
Yeah, that bit was weird though. When he picks up
Nanamo. You know
I am Queen Nanamo.
Michael Jackson introducing his child.
Whoa, you gotta be careful. Don't start bringing Michael Jackson into this shit. Fucking hell. But yeah, no, that was weird. Like, Raubard gives this proper rousing speech, then out of nowhere, he just picks up this little fucking, this pink-haired little...
Rauban is a Giga Chad.
He is a Giga Chad. Do you know what Giga Chad is?
I don't want to know what a Giga Chad is.
You must know what Giga Chad is.
Is it that meme thing?
It's the guy who's, like, more shredded than the fucking shredded wheat.
Right.
He looks like the anabolic chicken. He has been on the anabolic chicken. In the name of the fucking Father and the Son and the Swoley Spirit, he has made some serious fucking gains.
Not good.
Yeah, no, that's Rauban. So I think Rauban's sick as fuck, right? Who else is sick as fuck? I like Stola, but we've only seen Stola a little bit. The cat girl. Everyone loves the cat girl.
Oh yeah.
I like.
Minfilia needs a mention.
Milfilia. I don't like Minfilia. She dresses like she's a missing member of an S Club band.
Please, every now and again you capture a certain angle and you fully see our arse, and it's just weird.
What have you been doing? Is this what you do when I go to the toilet? You're like tilting your screen. I gotta get a good upskirt. Fucking hell. I thought only John did that shit. John, while we're doing this, tell me what your favourite character is. Obviously, you're way ahead of us. You've already done Heavensward, so you'll be further along than we are. But
yeah.
So yeah, I like.
The British have a grudge against Lalafells, yes.
I think it's because most British people, most British men, are like short, pear-shaped individuals.
Like the North FC
with a stick up their ass. North FC. Don't do the North FC. It's very dangerous territory. Yeah. Oh yeah, Merwib. I love Merwib. Like in my last video, the
Is that the one whose nose and forehead is all one big
landing strip for a fucking Boeing 747? Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
She's cool.
I think it's because, like somebody mentioned, and I am aware of this, I just don't include it in the video because it would be boring otherwise. I think it's because they're supposed to have like a sort of slightly like leonine look. Like it's almost got to be like a bear or a cat type look.
Then I think they look kind of like, I'll say this carefully, monolithic.
What, like?
Strong, really strong.
Yeah, almost like, you know, like Prometheus style.
Yeah, Prometheus style and like Easter Island statues. That can
an Easter Island statue? Like,
have you seen an Easter Island
yum
statue?
yum, you like gum gum. I get what you're saying. They're supposed to look like they're carved from stone, but like I like Merwib.
Chiseled.
We've not done too many quests for Merwib yet. But I tell you who the main man is. Fucking Captain Jack Swallow.
I haven't met him yet.
Yeah, it's because you've not done the rogue quest line yet. Captain Jack is the boy. He is a fucking natty lad. All of you coats and culls better fucking represent. Because Captain Jack is the fucking man. Honestly, I don't know whether it's because the rogue story starts a little later, like you have to be level 10 before you can do it, so maybe they made it later, I don't know. But the rogue quest line is so much better than the fucking monk one. Oh my god, the monk quest line is shit. The pugilist quest line is shit. But the rogue one is so cool. I've got no idea who Yasali is.
Yasali?
Yasali.
Yasale.
Yasale.
I don't know.
Yasale. No, we haven't met many people, to be fair. We only just met Sid like a couple of hours ago, didn't we?
Yeah. Do you know what's really funny? Because before the move, we were just playing like hours.
We were playing like 4 or 5 hours every night.
Yeah. But you just all know, like, moving house is just a nightmare.
Well, I remember like in the Rogadin video that I made, I talked about how like for this stream, by this point we would be like into Heavensward probably. But like we've literally done maybe like 2 hours more since then.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Just because of the fact that we've not had internet, and we basically stole a ton of furniture from my mother's house. So we've got nowhere we can play. Yeah. We've had to like cannibalise tables.
And we've literally used my grandmother's old kitchen table as a desk in the study room.
Don't insult the game room table.
Sorry.
The game room.
My grandmother would be proud. She was big on reuse and recycling things.
JD says, Rauban is indeed a mega chad.
Just a mega. What's bigger, a mega chad or a giga chad?
I don't know. Mega chad sounds to me a bit like a megazord.
Well, a megabyte's smaller than a gigabyte, isn't it?
Like a mega penis and a giga penis.
What's the difference?
And a micro penis.
I don't even know.
To be fair, you've only ever. Oh, you got them before I could. Fuck. Shit. Who's your favourite scions? You know, the scions of the 7th Dawn. For me, it's an easy choice.
Mm-hmm.
Easy fucking choice. Your boy, fucking Papalimo.
No,
the fucking Lalafell Chad.
No, anybody but him. Who's the fella? I don't know what his name is.
They call him Big Papa.
Who am I thinking of?
What?
I think is he Gridanian? Does he hang around in Gridania?
Who are you on about?
The fella.
What do you mean, the fella?
There's a bloke.
But I get that from you saying he's a fella.
His name is. He reeks of traitor to me.
Who? Oh, Thancred.
Yes.
Well, he's not from Gridania. He's from Uldar. Because you see that clip where he's got like the two ladies. He's got like a cat girl and he's got a non-cat girl.
Yeah.
And he's just like, ladies, let's take it to the bar.
Yeah, Giga is bigger than Mega. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, JD mustn't consider him to be a Giga Chad. But yeah, no, Rauban is a fucking dude. Like. Yeah, she's on about Thancred. I thought you were on about Urianga or Uranga or whatever he's pronounced as. I don't like that dude. I think he's weird looking.
What I'm talking about.
The guy from the you won't really recognise him so far, but he's the guy in the Shadowbringers trailer who's like, we can either accept this fate or defy it, but we cannot deny it.
Oh right, okay.
That dude.
Okay.
You know, the one that has the astrologian dress on, and like he's got some like fucking Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and he just produces a load of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. It's like, motherfucker, what are you doing that for? The city is on fire. The city is burning down, and you've got some Yu-Gi-Oh cards out in your hand. What the fuck are you gonna do with those? Fan it. And your shoulder's like, deny? I am not one to deny fate.
Yeah.
It's like some serious sass going on.
It's all a bit dramatic.
Yeah. To be fair, I think that she's going to become like a much more important character fairly soon. I think that there's going to be a massive betrayal that happens soon. And I'm only going on that. I'm not like pretending to be like massive brained. It's because John Swanby in the chat, who is our main man JD, linked me a guide which showed all of the main quests of A Realm Reborn, and just reading some of the titles and who they're given by suggested to me that at some point soon there's going to be a bit of a fucking betrayal of trust.
By who? What's the crack?
I don't know. I don't know who by. What do you think about the plot then? What do you think of the plot so far? Tell me your understanding of it.
Do you know it's ramped up a lot?
Okay.
Just in this last little section, this kind of, you know, I'm very frustrated because obviously we're at a point now where, can I spoil? Can I?
By the way, if you got your game sound on,
No.
I'd maybe turn up your game sound so that people can listen to like the music of the game.
Alright.
Because I had mine on and it was actually pretty dope, and it would make like a little bit better than just like
No
our
background.
yeah.
I forgot where my mouse is going.
Only you would use the trackpad on your laptop rather than the mouse.
Right there,
It's plugged in right there and then.
I know, it's lethal.
Whilst you're doing that, I'll tell you like what my understanding is of it so far.
Oh, you've got my master volume at 0. That's a problem.
Yeah, I'd turn up the.
Alright, you'll have to tell me if the
Turn
volume's
up the
too
volume.
high.
Yeah, people in the chat will tell you if it's too loud. So, my understanding is that like, even back in the 2010 game, like back in the base game, the crack was that the Garlean Empire is this massive empire that I think's modelled on like a weird combination of Roman Empire stuff, and I almost get some sort of like weird sort of German vibes in there as well.
Right.
I don't know like with the armor styles and stuff,
Yeah.
but it's definitely like it's definitely a Roman Empire inspired force, isn't it? Like you've got legatuses and you've got
Yeah, I mean, even like, you know, the names, the Livius Sass Junius or something.
yeah, and like Bale, what's his name? The big man.
They've all got like Romany. No, not Romany. That's different. Roman names.
They've got Roman style names, yeah. So basically, like the Gallian Empire is your big boy empire, and they come from the north, yeah.
Yeah.
And they have been invading, and that's like the setting of the 2010 game. But in the 2010 game, there's also this sort of battle ongoing, and we don't know a whole lot about it yet, but you get the feeling that there's this ongoing battle between like the forces of like light and the forces of darkness, of shadow, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And the Scions represented like the forces of light, I think serving Hydaelyn, which is like the goddess that talks to you, you know, at the beginning of when you make your character. And they served that goddess, and there's some other dudes behind the scene that serve some other shadowy force that we don't know a lot about yet, where they're like summoning folk in from the void out of the blue. The Garlean Empire invades, and the Eorzean Alliance is formed to like fight those dudes off. So you get big fucking main man Giga Chad Raban, little pink-haired child Sultan Nanamo.
Yeah.
You get what's her face, the one that dresses like she's going out in the fucking Polar Express. That's the Gridania woman.
Oh, yeah.
Canny Senna,
Senna's
which is really weird because Canny Senna sounds like some sort of weird like northeast slang for like a good lad.
What stresses me out is Senecot is
What?
It's a
Senecot.
It's a poo thing.
And canny means like good, decent. So like decent
Yes,
poo,
that's the good
decent
accent.
shite, Canny Senna. Yeah, so Canny Senecot, you got Canny Senecot is leading the Gridanians, and then you've got Merlwib, which is a weird name, who is like leading the Limson Simpsons.
Yeah.
The Lisa Simpsons.
Pirate people.
The pirate people, the big men.
Yeah.
Big blue men. And they all kind of joined together to fight off the Garleans. And whilst that was going on, some outside forces pulled down the moon, but it wasn't actually a moon, because inside the moon they had a dragon inside the moon, because, you know, of course they fucking did. It's a Japanese game. So you've got like I think he's called Bahamut.
I've heard the name.
I think Bahamut is the dragon that was in the moon.
Yeah.
And that caused the calamity. But here's the thing I was getting at. How cool is it that they factored in the people that were playing the shit version of Final Fantasy prior to the reboot into the lore of the calamity?
Yeah.
So you've got like the Warriors of Light were the people that were playing the game and stuck with the game.
Okay.
Because remember, like, no one can remember them because they were fast forward in time, weren't they? Like the Warriors of Light were like, pushed forward 5 years in time.
Right.
So like, you're talking to all these people and they say, "Oh, you remind me of the Warriors of Light. If only we had the Warriors of Light around now."
So when was this? Like, year-wise? Like, how long was this? When did Realm
In,
Reborn
like,
come out?
Realm Reborn came out in, I think, 2013 or 2014.
Right.
And Final Fantasy 14 is in the base game, came out in 2010.
And there's people still playing the game now who've been playing since then?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's still people playing World of Warcraft that played in 2004 and earlier. There's people who are playing, like, what's it called? There are people who are playing EverQuest now that were playing in 1999. I think that's fucking crazy. But I think that that's really cool. So, the Guardians are, like, halted because of this calamity. It, like, fucks everyone over. But they're not defeated. And the setting of A Realm Reborn is that we're trying to, like, put the pieces back together, and we're discovering that there's this, like, shadowy forces, which I think is like these, you know, the Askians.
Right.
They're like the shadowy people that we keep seeing popping up here, there, and everywhere. Like, you know, when we were in Howcay Manor, like a couple of them just like whizzed out of nowhere, and they were like, "Ah, Warrior of Light, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I've got a mask on," you know, like those guys. And I guess what we're doing is, that's so cool. If you're an original player, some dialogue is different too. I think that's sick. I think that's the sort of thing, and that's a really good example which separates World of Warcraft as it is now from Final Fantasy XIV. Is that I think that in Final Fantasy XIV they take pride in the fact that there are people who play their game.
Yeah.
I don't know if you watched it, but Asmon did that interview with Yoshi P like a week or two ago.
Yeah,
and in that, like, he was talking about how, you know, we play the game, we farm our resources and that sort of shit.
Yeah, and I've seen multiple things where people have seen Yoshi P in game. They've seen his character.
Done, like, duties with him and stuff like that. And I just think that's sick. Like, I know that they say that the guy that runs WoW now, Mike Ibarra, he also plays. But I think that there's something about the whole style with which Final Fantasy XIV is made now. There seems to be this deeply held philosophy at the core of that development team that it's a partnership, and it doesn't seem like that's a partnership based around how can we make the players feel like this is a partnership so we can sell shit to them.
Yeah. So has Yoshi P been with the game?
He was the one that was made like the team lead essentially to do A Realm Reborn.
Yeah.
So there was a different guy that ran it prior to A Realm Reborn, and when they realised that they had two choices, either, you know, crash and burn the game, milk it for as much as they could, or redo it and do what they did, which was A Realm Reborn, they needed to make a choice. And Yoshi P was the guy that they brought in to do that reboot. So he's been responsible for everything from A Realm Reborn right up until Endwalker.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's cool, because I think when everything kicked off with WoW earlier in the year,
Yeah.
there was kind of a general acceptance, and I saw you talk about it, I saw it on the subreddits, and I saw it in kind of various YouTube videos that you watched. There's just an acceptance, right? It's going to be handed off to somebody else.
Yeah.
They're going to hand the reins to some other rando, you know, somebody else within the company. Whereas to have somebody at the head of a project for the best part of a decade, for its whole...
I don't know if it's like a culture, like a cultural difference between, like, what? Oh, wow.
Do you want to zoom in on that?
Yeah. Just my man over here. Fuck you now. He's doing a jig.
He's doing a jig.
Just when we were discussing the game. But yeah, anyway. I don't know if it's a difference between, like, the way that World of Warcraft works compared to Final Fantasy, or whether it's a difference between Western game development and Japanese specifically game development. But it seems like there's much more of a focus on, like, in Square Enix, in this particular dev team anyway, there seems to be like an element of, like, this is an art, this is a piece of art that you've created, and we owe that responsibility to the people that are viewing our art. Whereas in WoW, I think the feeling is much more like we've made a product, how can we make money off our product? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What are you reading?
I mean, they didn't bring them in to do a Realm Reborn, he gave them a choice and convinced them all how to do a Realm Reborn so they couldn't fix the old game. He made a list of everything wrong with 1.0 and made 10,000 things wrong. That's somebody who cares about what they're doing.
So they basically gave him a choice of trying to fix it or to fucking execute it and begin again. Well, I think that goes to show, like...
I mean, he seems to have given them a choice. He's obviously kind of this kind of...
I don't think they'd do that with World of Warcraft. But I think that we're fast going to reach the point in which World of Warcraft is in a worse state in terms of its PR and its player base than Final Fantasy XIV was in 2013, I think. What am I looking at?
2 dances now.
Oh god, everyone's going to do a dance.
I'm going to do it. Hang on, go for the unicorn.
Oh god, it's just going to be like 2 FPS for everybody.
Yeah, it's going to be the world's worst dancer. I don't know, is it just slash dance?
I think it is slash dance, yeah. I don't know how you keep it on forever.
Oh, I'm not doing a jig, I'm doing some strange, ugly thing.
You're doing a bit of a smooth jazz dance. One thing I have heard though is that when we get to the end of Realm Reborn, shit gets really fucking slow for a while.
Right.
I've heard that from multiple people. Like, without raising it as an issue. They've just been like, dude, when you get to like level 50, shit's gonna get low, like, for a while. And that's gonna be an issue, but hey, considering that neither of us have a laptop that can stream, that's not a big issue. That's the next thing that we have to invest in. We have to get something that can do the stream properly.
Yeah, that's a bit of a better dance. It's not as good as a jig.
Yeah. What I want is more, like, more stuff which are dungeons and, like, trials and stuff like that. And more cutscenes and things. Because honestly, like, there's only so many text box only dialogue things you can do in a game like this before it gets boring. It's fine, like, we started playing Morrowind together recently. And we enjoyed that a lot. And we're going to continue playing it soon. And in a game like Morrowind, everything can be like text boxes and stuff. And that feels fine. But in something like this, you want a bit more meat on the bones, don't you?
Yeah, oh yeah.
But how have you found the whole group content yet? Because obviously you've not had any MMO experience before this, and your multiplayer game experience has been Among Us and Stardew Valley with me.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. What did you do Valheim?
Oh, we did do Valheim.
Valheim was good.
How many fucking times in Valheim though?
Did I pull a bunch of enemies and they run away and make you kill them?
The number of times that I had to get on our emergency boat and fucking travel halfway across the fucking Atlantic Ocean to find you and get your shit.
Oh, I do. I've got the dance. I'm being an idiot. Thank you for pointing that out.
What is it you've got?
It's the step dance.
Oh, right, okay. I want the Mandeville. That's what I want
I
next.
can do it.
Yeah.
Great.
Didn't they clean up A Realm Reborn's late game quests a bit? I think, Surge, from what I was told, that they got rid of like a good dozen of them or something like that and condensed it down a lot. But even then, like, the people that I've heard talk about this was JD, who is dancing right in front of you, and another friend of mine, Mark, and both of them only completed this like within the last month. So unless they've changed it like in the last week or two, yes, you can go to the toilet. You have my permission to go to the toilet.
Like in school again. I've back in there.
Yeah, no worries. But yeah, so things that we need to get sorted in preparation for Endwalker. 1. A good quality PC. Got to start actually putting advertisement on my own videos. I don't do it. I need to start doing it at some point. Get the piggy bank saving up. Get the shilling going so that we can get a decent PC so that we can actually stream this shit. So we can play the game whilst we talk shite. And get this game room sorted up because that's going to be fucking sick when we do. But so far we've really enjoyed it. Like, I know I'm just speaking for myself here, but we put in 50 hours, and I don't think I've ever put that much time into another MMO outside of WoW. The only one I can think of maybe coming close to it is Warhammer Online back in the day, and that was just because the PvP in that game was so fucking fun. But outside of that, I don't think I've ever spent this much time in another MMO. I did all of A Realm Reborn, and I didn't find it boring or much of a stretch. Might be because I'm just a sucker for world building, even the small stuff. To be fair, Josie, like, I've enjoyed it a lot, and for me, it's fine because I've played a lot of games which have quite slow pacing and which have very much like text box style gameplay, and I'm fine with it. But when you're playing with friends and when you're playing an MMO, I think that it's hard to get out of that desire to like be rushing towards like the next stage, that sort of thing. Like one thing that we were doing is John had already gotten further on in the story than we had, but we were doing all of the dungeons as a 3, primarily because JD knew all the dungeons, but also he would either heal them or tank them. And it was getting a bit like slow, us having to go through reams and reams of these go to talk to this person quest, go to talk to this person quest before we'd get a dungeon. Like I think that the bit between doing Copperbell Mines and doing Halcay Manor is like almost 10 levels or something like that. And it was a long time. So there is that feeling of wanting to speed up, and you do miss out a bit of that shit with A Realm Reborn. But at the same time, since coming to Korthas, I've enjoyed that because Korthas is like, it's nice. Like the zone just looks so much cooler than the other ones.
I think it's distinctly styled.
Yeah.
In a way others might not be. Like, Gudania is going to be the generic.
A generic forest, isn't it?
Generic forest fantasy.
Yeah.
You know, there's like lots of bunting and tents and gazebos.
Bunting. It's just a party, isn't it? It's like a party forest. Yeah.
And I like Limsa Limsa, but it's bloody impossible to find your way around.
It's not.
It is. It's unnavigationable.
Limsa Laminsa is easy as fuck to navigate.
You're up, you're down, you're roundabout, you're in one place, you're in another place. It's impossible.
Limsa is fine. And do you know what the good thing about Limsa is? It's where all of the cats and bunnies hang out.
Yeah, you would think that.
They want a tan. What can I say? They want a tan, so they go to Limsa.
I like is it Uldar where you go out of Uldar and it's a desert?
Thanalan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I quite like Thanalan.
Yeah, I like that vibe.
But at the same time, I think that I bet that some of the other zones that we're going to come to, especially in like Heavensward onwards, are like really nice. But at this, I will say though, like every now and again you play a game and you have a moment where you like look out over a vista, or you kill a certain boss, or you do a certain quest, and you see something and you think, this blows me away. I've had a few of them before. I think that in Bloodborne, the first time that I saw one of the Amygdala monsters, I think in Oblivion when I did the Summit Mist Manor questline where you have to do the like Agatha Christie kill all of the guests at the hotel for the Dark Brotherhood, that was another one. And I got one of them recently in Final Fantasy XIV, and it was when we were in Korthas on the first day, and we went up to the right north end of Korthas and we looked out over Ishgard from that point. I'm going to see if I can find it on the map. Yeah, you look out from... No, it's fine, I can see it. So you look out from Steel Vigil, right at the northwest end of the map, and you can see Ishgard. And we went up there at night, and it was like late night, I think it was. So it was just before dawn. The moon was out, and all of Ishgard city was lit up with like lights in the towers. And the thing is that you know that they've crafted it so that you could see that, but at the same time, loads of people probably miss that view.
Yeah.
And I could sit and stare at that view for fucking ages. I could have that as like my wallpaper on my computer, because that view you get from the cliff, looking out and seeing the city on the like the tower rising out of the mist in the night, it's fucking spectacular.
Yeah.
So, you know, even though some of the zones might be a bit generic, it's balanced out by some absolutely beautiful places.
I like the element of you can see something that you're going to do in the future, but you can't get there yet. I think you also get it in like, is it Dark Souls that you get it in? Where you can see the whole area and you see where your bridge you're going to cross.
Dark Souls 3 is like, when you're in Dark Souls 3 and at the start of the game, you can see like Irithyll, and you can see like the Farron Keep, and you can see like where the Deacons of the Deep are and stuff like that. It is a lot like that, and it just makes you look forward to where you're going next, basically. But hopefully we don't have too much left of A Realm Reborn, because it would be good to one day get through to finally get through to Heavensward. Yeah.
See somebody agrees.
What's she saying?
The lady's right. Limsa's cursed. It is cursed.
Limsa is like the Goldshire of WoW.
It's nightmarish. You're upstairs, you're downstairs.
You say this, but right. So in World of Warcraft, there's a place called Goldshire, right? And it's this village. It's like the second village you're in as a human. Once you leave Northshire, you go to Goldshire. They're very like Oh, all of these
More
people.
shires,
What's
wow.
like ye old English, man? Well, why don't we put Shire at the end of everything? We'll go to Goldshire. You know what I mean? So you go to Goldshire, and in Goldshire there's an inn called the Lion's Pride Inn.
Oh, you told me about this.
Yeah. Now the Lion's Pride Inn is the spot that people go to if they want to do like in-game ERP. But in-game ERP in a game like World of Warcraft is not like
This honestly, this eludes me.
until
How do you do this?
until you've encountered a fucking 7 foot tall, 600-pound owl chicken describing his character as having a fucking 2 foot horse cock. You've not played World of Warcraft.
This is the thing, like, what's going on with that? Like,
There are some weird fucking people out there, and a lot of them play video games. Surprise, surprise! Like, it's not the biggest surprise in the world, man. Like, but yeah, I get the feeling that Limsa is kind of the same sort of vibe. Because this place is easy to reach, it's where the people go who want some naughty.
yeah, Limsa Etherite Plaza is the gold shine.
I just think Limsa's where it's at, man. Limsa's
You
the
like
fucking...
Limsa? I like the pirate vibe. I have to say, like, there's a port area, isn't there?
Well, that's what it is, isn't it? It's like
Yeah.
it's like island
That's fun.
ports.
That's fun.
It's got like a sort of White Cliffs of Dover video, like feel, doesn't it? Gridania is the least cursed. I'm having flashbacks to Lion's Pride basement. Yeah, there's a basement in this inn.
That's never going to end well.
That's where they take the gnomes. It's not really. But yeah, no, this place is just full of like characters with no clothes on, played probably by like massively
They'll
overweight.
get naked.
Well, they can't get fully naked.
Yeah, but they're under.
they wear their underwear, yeah.
God, I accidentally
They stand on the
I
tables.
changed gear once, and I think it was when I got the mask in the when you get the mask to be the envoy, whatever it is.
Like the
Yeah.
Moko mask,
Yeah,
whatever
but
it's
I was
called.
wearing, I think, what I'm wearing now, which had a hood, and it wasn't compatible with the mask. So I put the mask on, and I was fully naked in Mother Muri's tavern.
Yeah.
I was humiliated.
Shit.
I was like, what is this?
I think you'll have to show me this later
This
on.
is a
or it didn't.
respectable establishment.
I think you'll have to show me this shit later on. Fucking stripping off in the airship landing. What an absolute fucking sort. Yeah. Limsa has ERP, Uldar has literal dancing catgirl
Don't
NPCs.
tell him that.
Well, they're in Cape Westwind too. There's like 2 fucking massive Rogadin fellas watching these 3 catgirls that you keep talking about because the catgirls look like they're about 12. And it's not right.
Yeah. Gridania has bards with MIDI bots. I love when you go into the Gridania Etherite bit.
Yeah.
And there's always
People
somebody
performing,
playing,
yeah.
there's people playing like Eurythmics or like even like bloody modern stuff. Like I'm sure there was somebody playing like Meghan Trainor or like,
Oh no.
Dua Lipa or something like that. Once.
I want to get my bard leveled up next. And there's 2 reasons why. The first is that, right, I'll be perfectly honest with everyone, because everyone was slating me on my like archer gameplay. The archer is boring to play, right? I played a hunter in World of Warcraft. I was clearing heroic raids. I was doing some mythic on the hunter. I know how to play a fucking range class in a video game. The bard, or the archer I should say, certainly at low levels, I've got to say it's pretty fucking boring. But I want to level up my bard because 1, I want that swag hat. That hat, that like cowboy hat.
Like, massive.
That fucking like McCree hat. Sorry, Colby Cassidy or whatever he's called now. Cole Cassidy hat. I've been waiting to put that one in. I want the fucking giant bard hat. I'm disappointed that you can't have it with sunglasses because then you would look like Heisenberg from Resident Evil Village.
Yeah.
I want that. And the other reason why is I want to do performance mode so I can stand in Limsa Laminsa Square, walk up to these fucking bunny girls and just whap out my keytar and just watch as everyone fucking gushes. The sea, look, that smell of the fish and the seawater, that ain't coming from the sea. That ain't coming from the sea. Right, so John, how does it get better? Because currently all I'm doing is like fucking true shot, or whatever it's called, like straight shot, heavy shot, bloodletter, straight shot, the thing where you cast like attack 3 people at once, all that kind of thing. If you want to be a range class, be a machinist. It's more enjoyable than bard in every way. Use the same gear so that you get the same aesthetics.
Ooh.
The thing is, I kind of want to play a machinist because JD said that machinist looks really fun as well. But at the same time, if I was going to play a machinist, I'd want the aesthetic to be really like proper steampunk. Like if I'm playing a machinist, I want to look like I'm part of like the Mechanicum from Warhammer. I want to have like a gas mask. I want to have like a mechanical arm and a fucking minigun. I don't want to be dressed like a cowboy.
Yeah, hang on a minute. Cole Cassidy, so they replaced McCree's name from a groper to an actual porn star.
Is there a porn star
I'm
called
gonna
Cole?
Google this.
Don't Google it on your...
You won't see it, it's alright, it's alright.
I was going to say, don't fucking
Don't
Google
worry.
Cole Cassidy. The last thing I want is like...
That's the way to get
We've,
banned.
we've already got 4 FPS. The last thing I want is for it to get locked on someone's giant fucking schlong. Please tell me that you don't have this showing right now.
Right, we'll
Don't ask the chat.
Keep an eye on the stream.
Well, let
Keep
me
an
do
eye on the
it.
stream.
Just let me do it.
No, we're watching the stream, it's fine.
Alright, okay.
You can see the stream there, it's fine.
Alright, man. Alright. Whatever you say, dude.
Oh, you see, it's all just coming up with...
Let's have a deek. Oh, no, it says there. It says there. Like, Cole Cassidy, McCree's new name.
It's
It's
also,
also the name of a porn star.
Oh, no. Fella,
Let's have a
that's
look.
not good.
It looks like they were an adult model, not a porn actress, and one who hadn't been active for quite some time. So, to be fair... Oh! Whoa.
Oh.
The video reloaded, and for a minute I thought we were fucked. To be fair, I'm pretty sure that that person is like... It's not like you've got like fucking Lisa Ann or Johnny Sins.
That doesn't mean anything to me, does it?
You know who Johnny
No,
Sins
I don't.
is. That man's done everything. He's been a
The
plumber.
only male porn star I'm aware of is Tubby Bob.
Tubby Bob. Holy shit. Tubby Bob. John, she says the only porn star I'm aware of is Tubby Bob. Oh my god. You can have like 3. Fortunately, there's only 3 people watching this live. You can have 3 people Googling Tubby Bob right now. Fuck
I
me.
wouldn't recommend it.
Oh god. But yeah, no,
It's a woman who is Cassidy Cole.
you've never heard of Johnny Sins?
No!
That man's done everything in his time. He's not just a porn star. He's been a
To be fair, I've heard of...
he's been a plumber,
I've
a
heard of
stepbrother.
James Dean, but only because he's got the same name as James Dean.
What about Ron Jeremy?
No?
All right. Yeah, but Johnny Sins done everything. He's been a plumber, a stepbrother, a washing machine fixer. After some delay, if you know what I'm saying.
Not good.
Oh fuck me, fucking Tubby Bob. Oh no. Oh, I can't unsee that shit now. Fucking Tubby Bob. So they changed McCree from McCree to Cole Cassidy. Do you think they'd do anything like that in a game like Final Fantasy XIV?
Do you not remember when I walked past a fella in Final Fantasy and, like, you know how you get random, like, text speech pop-ups? And then he said something like, I'm looking to dip my wick, are you up? It's like,
Yes!
I mean, I can't speak for most Final Fantasy.
Gotta
I've only
dip
played
the
a
wick.
fraction of it.
Yeah.
But it seems a lot more chill.
I think that they accept the fact that there's a difference between what happens in a company and what happens in the real world and what happens in a game, and that if you're trying to create a virtual world, you need to accept that there are bad guys and good guys and there are weirdos in that world.
Yeah, I mean, what's the crack with Final Fantasy? Like, are their characters named after developers?
I don't think they do that in this game. I think that that's quite a
Yeah,
Blizzard
the
thing.
with Blizzard is that when you've got you know, it's Activision Blizzard King, it's got everything under its helmet.
Yeah.
Isn't it? It's got that, it's got World of Warcraft, it's got
Candy Crush.
Candy
Call of
Crush.
Duty.
Call of Duty is massive.
Yeah.
It becomes a vanity project. It's not a passion project.
Well,
at
obviously,
that point. There's no...
don't get it twisted, right? Like, obviously, the teams are separate.
Yeah.
So it's
Oh,
under
of course
one
they are.
parent
At the same
company, but the
time,
development
you're aware.
teams.
You're
Yeah.
aware that you are, in some sense, represent a company that big. I mean, every woman over 35 plays Candy Crush.
Really?
It's a thing.
Fucking hell. That's terrifying.
I've played I'm
You're not over
but I've played
35.
Candy Crush, yeah, like...
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy has actual prostitutes in quests. And the thing is, there's nothing wrong with that. There's tons of games that feature prostitution.
Well, it's just the things that I don't recall. Well,
Adult themes.
I say this.
It's a
I mean,
thing.
somebody will have done this, but I don't recall, like in Game of Thrones, anyone complaining about the fact that there were characters that were actual prostitutes. If anything, people thought that kind of made the world feel more alive and realistic. I think it's crazy that they've done what they've done. And the thing is that I remember seeing a comment on like a YouTube video, and it was somebody, some like obscure YouTuber, not me, some other obscure YouTuber talking about like the whole fruit bowl thing, where they like turned paintings of like, and we're talking like low res paintings from like vanilla WoW had been turned into like
a Hugh Hefner style.
Yeah, had been like turned into bowls of fruit. And people were talking about it and how it's like, oh, they're being super woke and Blizzard are doing this, that, and the other, and this is ridiculous. The thing is, they were doing it deliberately so they could like mask the fact that they weren't really doing much in their own company.
Yeah.
Like, what did they really do? Like, they fired some people that were already like on their way out, essentially.
I mean, it's absolutely. Again, I've never played World of Warcraft. I can't really say, but it seems the definition of changing things in a very superficial, literal, visual-only way.
I know, they replaced they replaced some melons with some actual melons.
Yeah.
I mean, do you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I mean, if there'd been a few bananas and a couple of grapefruit to switch as well, they'd have done that. But the paintings were only.
For everyone with a fruit fetish.
That's it. Fucking hell. Can you imagine if you had a fruit fetish? Your life would be easy as fuck.
There's an Instagram account of like people with. I'll not go into too much detail, but people.
Please don't.
Like various fruits, like.
Masturbating into a fruit.
Like teaching women how to.
What, with like a banana?
No, with like an opened orange or a papaya or
a papaya?
pomegranate or like.
Why? Is it like a new age thing? Oh, using it as a tutorial. Okay, I thought you meant like using the fruit as like a fucking.
It's a massive thing.
As a device.
Yeah.
I don't want to know where you've seen that.
Instagram.
Right. Terrifying.
Yeah, genuinely.
I think, to be fair, we've probably come to the. It's time for Tubby bye-bye, to be honest with you.
Yeah?
I don't know how you're feeling, but I feel like, seeing as we can't actually play the game,
yeah,
I think I've seen the grapefruit method. I don't know what it is, but I think it's. I think it's that. I think it's that woman who's. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if we're talking about touching a grapefruit or putting a grapefruit in.
No, I think it's a woman doing a tutorial for someone for other women. But anyway.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah. But anyway, I think we're probably good to end it there, to be honest. Wind down a little bit. Obviously, playing the game didn't really work out, although I had a lot of fun fucking chatting shit about the game. But we need to get a better PC for next time, and to be honest with you, there's going to be hiccups with shit like this until we get it sorted. That's just the way it is. I've had a lot of fun talking about it. It's been really fun to see some of you guys in here. Hopefully we'll have you guys and some other people back when we do this next time. Thank you very much for coming into the stream, and I appreciate you all being here, and I hope you tune in for the next video. Just a little spoiler or teaser for those of you who are still in. I think we're going to do either a Highlander or a Lalafell video next, which will be quite fun. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. We've had a lot of fun.
It's been fun.
And we will see you in the next one. Alright, see you later. Bye-bye.